I started by squaring off the boards for the legs. The final dimension was 3 inches after squaring both sides. For the lap joints, I set the height of the blade to 3/4 of an inch, and then I set the fence 1.5 inches away from the blade. I cut out the lap joint by making a bunch of passes like I'm doing here. I decided where I wanted the middle cross brace to go, and I measured and marked it out. And that's what I'm doing here. And I started to transfer it to the next board. And then I was about to get the bottom dimension, mark where the bottom was, and then I realized I was marking the wrong side of the boards. So now I mark where the bottom is. And then I started to get smart about things, and I decided to line up all of the legs at once to mark them all at the same time. Now this is a common way of cutting a lap joint. Basically, you just make a bunch of passes with a circular saw, and then you knock out the little pieces with a hammer. Then you can clean it up with either a chisel, or I decided to use the table saw to clean it up. Just a little bit quicker that way. And here I'm applying glue, and I didn't get it on video, but later I came back and screwed it too. Now one thing I would have done differently here was use construction adhesive, but I just didn't have any, and I really didn't want to make another trip to the store. So I figured the wood glue would work just fine. And then I checked everything for square before screwing it in. So I screwed up a little bit. When I was at Home Depot, I had them cut the legs to size 30 1/4 inches, but I forgot that I had to cut the middle brace myself to the right size. So to fix this, I'm going to cut the excess out of the middle and then put a gusset on there with glue and screws, and that should hold it pretty good. So we'll see. But yeah, that was a stupid mistake on my part. I measured over 2 inches right here to give me some space so that when it folds down it doesn't interfere with anything. And then what I did was I found the center point of the leg and I drew that line down. Then I found the center point here, and that's where I drilled the hole. And then see, I put a nut on this side, and I'm going to measure how big I need this with the nut on this side, and I'm going to cut it. Alright, so I put on the legs just to make sure everything would go together well, and it looks like everything worked out the way I wanted it to. So now I'm going to take it off and cut the radiuses so that this can actually fold up. But first, to save myself any headaches, I'm going to put an X on the side that I'm going to cut so I don't cut the wrong side. That would suck. This cut should be done with a jigsaw, but I don't have one. The first cut looked like crap here, but the other three actually didn't turn out too bad. So, it's pretty late as you can see, but I did get the radiuses cut. So, the legs do fold out now, and they do fold in. I just need to come up with a system to brace it between these 2 points, which I have some ideas. So, but I'll have to wait for another day.